I just absolutely love this story I'm starting with today. Colorado election officials are formally ordering a recount in Lauren Boebert's congressional race, which she won by 550 votes against challenger Adam Frisch. Now, if you look at the reporting, they say very clearly this is not expected to change the result. But this is so fascinating because these people on the right who just insist everything's stolen, recount everything, audit everything, blah, 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 blah. Now there's actually a legitimate reason for a recount to be ordered in a race that Lauren Boebert is, of course, extraordinarily relieved to have survived because she almost went down after just one term in Congress to Adam Frisch. So there's an article from the Colorado Sun, and it says, Colorado elections officials formally order recount in race between Lauren Boebert and Adam Frisch. Boebert leads Frisch, who has already conceded, by 550 votes. The recount is not expected to change the outcome of the 3rd congressional district race. This is a mandatory recount, and it was expected. This was a closely watched race. Boebert leads Frisch. The margin is 550, but the law is that you must have a mandatory recount when the number of votes separating the two leading candidates is less than half of a percentage point of the number of votes cast. The margin is 0.3%, meaning that the recount must take place. The Secretary of State, Jenna Griswold, who's a Democrat, added, the results of the District 3 race reinforce the fact that every vote matters. Colorado voters have made their voices heard. I'm ordering the recount in accordance with Colorado law. This can begin immediately. Recounts rarely shift the margin beyond a few votes, which is why Frisch conceded in the closer than expected contest. The 3rd district leans heavily in Republicans' favor. This is just great. So I don't think it will change the outcome. I believe Lauren Boebert really won. This is still a fascinating race because, as the article points out, that 3rd district in Colorado is quite a right-leaning district. And the fact that it came down to 0.3 between an incumbent Republican member of Congress, Lauren Boebert, and the challenger, Adam Frisch, means that MAGA really isn't safe. And we saw Madison Cawthorn defeated and removed from the House of Representatives. We'll talk about him in the next segment and his crazy outgoing speech. But there is a real question as to the viability of MAGA going into 2024. And just making Lauren Boebert have to wait a little bit longer is a really great thing that I can certainly get behind. Now, when it comes to 2024, we still don't know what is going to be the level of strength of these MAGA candidates. I think it will be different if Donald Trump remains in the race and becomes the nominee versus if Trump remains in the race but loses the nomination versus if Donald Trump simply bails on the primaries because it's looking so terribly. We don't know which of those 3 scenarios ultimately will happen. But if it's the ones that are not so good for Trump, this may be it for these MAGA people. We will be years removed from MAGA in November of 2024. And it would be great if people like Boebert were removed and ended up being just sort of a blip in American political history. Cawthorn was removed. Marjorie Taylor Greene won easily. Lauren Boebert won, but by a very small margin. Let's hope it keeps going in that direction. And listen, maybe the recount will find that actually Adam Frisch won, but not expected to, and I don't believe that that will be the case. I've had such trouble finding a great razor where I am not cutting myself or getting those nicks on my skin, which are so common with the cheap disposable razors. You have to meet our sponsor, Henson Shaving. Henson actually manufactures parts for the International Space Station and the Mars rover, and they are bringing that exact same precision engineering to the shaving experience. It hurts when you shave because blades extend too far and thus they wobble slightly. But with their aerospace grade CNC machines, Henson is able to make metal razors that extend just 0.0013 inches. That's less than the thickness of a human hair, which means a secure, stable blade with a vibration-free shave. It also has built-in channels to evacuate the hair and the cream. No more clogs, no more rubbing your thumb on the razor to get the hair out. I use Henson at home. Shaving is a great experience now. Henson wants to be the best razor. not the best razor business, which means you only need to buy it once and it's awesome. Go to hensonshaving.com/Pacman, add a razor and a 100-pack of blades to your cart, then enter the code Pacman to get the 100 blades for free. That is a 3-year supply. The link is down below.